I really enjoy doing these little quick 2-minute takeaways is what I like to call them. And on this one, I just kind of want to chat a little bit about the fact that entrepreneurship is not for everyone. There are days when I ask myself, after 20 years, is it still right for me? And a few years ago, I actually went off and I got a job. I love interior design. I love houses. And so I went and got a job as an interior designer at a store here in Atlanta. And I really enjoyed it a lot. However, I did come to the conclusion that working for someone was not for me. I was awful. Like, I was a great team member. Like, I did my job really well. I was really good at what I did, but I hated having to like punch a clock. That was just weird to me. I hadn't done it in so long. But what I have found is there are things that is difficult about entrepreneurship. One is it is lonely. Or it can be if you don't have a partner or you don't have a group that you meet with occasionally, and not have someone to kind of run ideas by and thoughts by, or just someone to chat with. And then it can also just be tough from a cash flow standpoint because you're trying to balance, unless you have a spouse that has a job or has their own business where the revenue is pretty more consistent. But with Ethan and I, we are both in our business. And so when the business is impacted, our personal funds are impacted as well. And so that can be really hard. It can be really frustrating. It makes for some very interesting conversations sometimes. But yes, I feel like entrepreneurship is highly glamorized these days, maybe a little bit less now, but I felt like we went through this phase where it was really glamorized, and I enjoy it. I do get very excited. If you tell me you're starting a business, I have questions. I get very excited for people, but it is not something to enter into lightly because it is hard. And I admire the businesses that blow up and that can easily be sold off. Usually those are tech businesses or specific, I've heard of some makeup brands that have been purchased by, L'Oreal or Revlon. And that stuff is so cool. I haven't quite figured that out for my business yet, but it is hard. It can be tough, but I also enjoy it a lot. So I don't know. I just wanted to pop on here and just say for your 2-minute takeaway is, if you want to be in business, go for it. Do it as a side hustle. Give it a shot. You don't have to stay in it if you don't want to, right? You can do what you want to do. But that's my 2-minute takeaway for today. I just kind of wanted to vent around that because yesterday I was like, can I just quit my own business? But it was just one of those days. I feel very different today. So here we go.